Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, two very talented defenses that rank in the top 10 in fewest points allowed would be in action. It's the Falcons going up against the Steelers. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Guy and Charles Davis. They've got the home of this week 12 matchup.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, it's week 12 of the NFL season. They've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And this offensive unit should have a lot of juice coming off the big output that they had 1 week ago.
Nothing like confidence, is there? When you've played well the week before, you can't wait to get back on the field and do it again.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now Ben on 3rd and long. He's going to let it go again. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 58 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 13 yards there on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, it saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than he normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ladarius Green hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And a man, as we look at the starters now, a man who really has earned us talking about him in the booth, Julio Jones.
He's a 1,000-yard receiver each and every year. So sleek, so wonderful. I call him Secretariat.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get him near 35, right into 34 here.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lynch. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Now Lynch to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 48 yards.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all of that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air. That's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Cameron Hayward is a defensive lineman, but many of us, especially guys of my vintage, remember his father, Craig Ironhead Hayward, who was a running back. I think Cameron decided he'd rather hit people than be hit.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Patrick DeMarco, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting back to...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Tamahali. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, here's Lynch. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They'll give him a yard on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. That's caught at the 3. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Well, they were in the red zone, and they needed a 1st down. Was it a surprise to you that they went to the tight end?
Not at all. I thought, though, the defense might put a little more pressure on him, but still able to complete it. It's Coleman here. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 46 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Down to about the 22 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7. Leaves you with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And this is caught. It's Bryant, and it's a Steeler touchdown. Martavis Bryant, his 9th touchdown of the season. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. And he puts it through. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
To throw is Lynch. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top... part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Once again, it's Lynch. Flush to his right. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Try to give him another chance there, didn't he?
He did connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. They go play action now. Lynch. Hitting to down here, the tight end right side. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You got to find your tight end in that situation.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that's incomplete. Ray Donnell, the one he was trying to get it to. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Coleman. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Lynch on the keeper. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal?
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
And needed a full yard there. Interesting, a chip shot field goal here would give him the lead, but instead, they're going on 4th down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Interesting, a chip shot field goal here would give them the lead, but instead, they're going on 4th down. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Paxton Lynch, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. 4th and goal, and they just tell the leader of this offense to sneak it in there, and he got it done.
Yeah, all you're trying to do is follow the wedge that's created in front of you. Center, guards, tackles, just get low, fire out, and you get low right behind them and get it over the goal line.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time. A drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nice run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Up front, or maybe you can use your guy, but you can just the timing of them throwing the ball.
See if they can disrupt it here. Run by Coates. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down. 3 yards to go here on 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Catch inside. And a 42-yard line here. 7 yards there, but enough to lose the stick.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down. If you run a track against zone, it's a
Field after this. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And they turn it loose. It's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And able to find Green. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And quickly, they get to the line.
Nowadays.
Ben to throw again. And Bryant's got it over the middle. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll run it with Bell. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Yeah, the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 8 yards to go here on 2nd down. Here's Lynch down around, and he's not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Yeah, this is good. I'm not going to even sugarcoat this one. I did not care at all for that play call.
Well, it's just so little time. You don't have much time to do anything. Why not, Charles, just run the football, take it into the locker room?
As you know, there are more bad things than good that can happen when you're backed up this deep with this little time. And sure enough, this is a late safety.
And now out come the Steelers. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Green.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We have a couple of confident teams coming into today's game. Both walked off with victories last time out. It's the Falcons going up against the Steelers. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So how's that for an interesting way to start this ball game?
First drive of the game, and you go backwards all the way into your own end zone.
Guess it kind of makes you wonder what else we might have in store here in this one. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Oh boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. A glance at the starting unit. Julio Jones, a threat on the outside, of course.
Combines great athleticism, incredible speed, and a whole lot of toughness to be one of the better receivers in the NFL.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Lynch looking to throw on second. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. The Pro Bowl line out of Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. And we get a peek at the defensive starters, and it's a unit that really needs to do better than they did last week.
So I would expect them to come out with a lot more emotion this week, flying around, trying to establish a new tone, because last week they didn't feel good about it all.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan, fine-tuned before they put it into effect in the game.
This is Coleman, and he's got room. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Lynch. They'll roll him out right. And it's a little bit over. And he slides to avoid the hit. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Now they'll look to throw it with Lynch. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
This offense has some speed, and certainly Martavis Bryant, he has some speed.
He has that, and he has size. That's what makes him so difficult to cover. Because just when you think you have to play him one way, the other attribute kicks in. Martavis Bryant could be an all-star real soon.
Sammy Coates has it complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
4 yards remaining now on 2nd down. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one. And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. He finds Coates complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. James has got it, complete. So he got free on one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. 4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. On the right side, caught by Green. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first to go. And then the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now, the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw well with a whole lot of confidence.
First down and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jesse James, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here we go. 3 on now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lynch. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now let's go. 3-19.
On 3rd down, Lynch. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Here we go on 4th down with Lynch. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Here's Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Brought in by Coates. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Throwing here, Lynch on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
As tight ends go here, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Here's Lynch. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down.
Hey, the defense is in this game as well. They wanted to make it a tough 3rd down. They were able to do so on that last play, preventing a big gain.
3rd down now following the completed pass. They go play action now. Lynch rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him for a loss of 9. And that'll lead to 4th down. This is fielded at the 7. 1 minute 53 ticks left to go in this first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Down, it's Roethlisberger. And this one caught by Coates. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner, and now not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. That is caught. And he's brought down. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Shipped together here from the D-line. They hand off to their big tight end. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jesse James, as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. 2nd and 10 now. It's Lynch. He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.